Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Marsha Y here, ready to start our relaxing stretch class. Hello. So it's not a vinyasa class, just to let you know. It's just a relaxing stretch class. They actually wrote it wrong on Pure Yoga because I originally was going to do a relaxing stretch class. So today, relaxing stretch class, not a vinyasa, okay? Hi, welcome, welcome. So if you have your mats ready, grab your mats. If you have 2 blocks, if you have blankets, if you have a strap, then great, grab those too. I do suggest those of you who are a little bit more tight to have yoga straps. And if you don't have a yoga strap, grab a really small towel, not like a face towel, but like a longer small towel, okay? Because you might need it, okay? Welcome, welcome. Today is April 30th. I almost feel like I always have to announce the date because I'm a little confused about what day it is nowadays. I'm waving back to all of you guys. And hope you guys will enjoy today's practice. It's just going to be relaxing and stretching and, working on active stretching. So even though we stretch, we're not just relaxing, we're using our muscles to stretch, okay? So we're going to start in Swastikasana, starting our meditation and centering. Hi, Hera Becky. Hi, Lean. Okay. Ready? Let's start. Okay. Sit on your blanket or your block, crossing your shin bones in Swastikasana. Oh, I always forget to turn off the comments so you guys can see better. Okay. Turning off the comments, and we're ready to go. Crossing your shin bones, place your feet directly below your knees in Swastikasana. Widen your seat. Placing your hands on your thighs or your knees. Find your breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Nice deep breaths. Relaxing your feet, relaxing your knees. Soften the belly. Ground your seat to the floor. And then extend your spine, lifting your chest. Draw your shoulders back and down. Lengthen your neck. With your eyes closed, imagine like where your head is sitting on your neck, making sure that it's aligned and your eyes are pointing forward, not looking down or up. Keeping that awareness of where your head is and where you're making your neck long, and keeping your shoulders back and down, lifting your chest. Soften the belly. Find your breath, inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Nice long inhales, holding at the top of your breath, and then slow, deep exhales. Continuing to find your deep Ujjayi breath. Focus on the breath. When you inhale, just feeling the sensation of the breath coming through the nose. Then holding your breath at the top. When you exhale, feeling grounded to the floor as your breath releases down towards the floor. Inhaling to expand the chest, expand the lungs. Then holding at the top of your breath. Nice slow exhales, making the breath nice and even. Bring your hands to your heart center, placing your thumbs at your sternum, opening your elbows wide. pressing the palms evenly against each other. Fingers are pointing upwards, keeping that spine nice and straight. Let's begin today's practice with 3 ohms together. Take a deep inhale. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, bow your head to your heart. We give thanks to this practice, this time, and the space we have today, and for all the teachers who have paved the way before us. Namaste. Okay, go ahead and cross the other way. So your left shin is in front now, widening your seat. Slowly fold forward, Adho Mukha Swastikasana. Keeping those hips heavy to the floor or the block, or if you have a blanket. Squeeze your arms, making your arms straight, extending forward like a downward facing dog. So you spread your fingers, lifting those elbows off the floor. Good. Walk over to your right side. Extending the left side of your body. Feeling that stretch along the left side, but keeping the left hip heavy to the floor. And we walk over to the left side, same thing. Now feel the extension of the right side. And then keep your right hip heavy to the floor. Back to center. Slowly come up. Right hand onto your side of your head. Relax your neck. And then drop it to the floor. So you're looking down towards the floor, gently pressing your hand against your head. And back to center. Other side. Relax this shoulder. So relaxing the right shoulder as you bring the head towards the left. And then look down towards the floor. Back to center, arms up. And then reach over to your right side. Keeping that left hip to the floor. And back to center, other side. Good, back to center. Cross the other way again, right shin in front. This time just going forward, straight arms. Extend your spine. Lifting those elbows off the floor, feeling your hips heavy to the floor. Good, slowly come up. So you can either keep the blanket or block behind you, or you can remove it, coming to Baddha Konasana, bringing your hips forward. Face your fingers forward and lift your hips up and shift forward more. Okay, now take your left elbow and ground the left side as you take your right hand and open up the right hip. Okay, other side. Good, lie all the way down on the floor. Release your body. Good, bring your feet together, right knee to your chest, Ekapada Padamuktasana. Switch sides, left side. Good, place both feet to the floor. Right foot over the left thigh, thread the needle, catching your left shin, arms going between your thighs. And switch sides. Release your legs, bring your feet to the floor. Half happy baby right leg. So you're grabbing outside of your right foot, drawing that right knee towards the floor. Some of you might be able to touch the right knee to the floor, lifting the left hip up slightly to do so. And then we switch sides. Half happy baby left side, and then draw the left knee towards the floor, maybe touching the floor. Good, place your feet to the floor, half happy baby, right side again. This time extending the left leg forward. Relax the shoulders, squeeze the left thigh, and extend the left leg forward. Good, both feet to the floor, half happy baby left side, extend the right leg. Same thing. Really working on squeezing the right thigh. The tendency is to relax that right thigh. I want you to squeeze the right thigh, pressing the back of your right knee towards the floor and extending the right leg forward. Good, both legs, happy baby. Grabbing the outer edges of your feet. Relaxing the shoulders. And then bringing the sacrum down towards the floor so you're really extending the spine along the mat. Good, both knees to your chest. Vipadapavamuttasana. You can start with your knees slightly open, so no need to be aggressive, just lightly bringing the knees towards you, allowing your hips to slowly open up. Good, roll to your right side, sit up. Bring your knees together, toes together, Vajrasana. Then interlace your fingers, palms forward and up. Parvatasana in Vajrasana. Draw your belly in, extend your side body long. Squeeze your arms straight. So making sure that the arms don't go forward of the face. Arms are going straight up to the ceiling and you're squeezing your elbows as straight as possible. Not collapsing the chest forward, but drawing the belly in and then extending your side body longer. So it should be a lot of effort to keep the arms straight and by your ears, touching all of your fingers together, palms going up to the ceiling. Good, release. Interlace the other fingers, palms forward and up. Really drawing that belly in and lengthening your side body, pushing the palms up towards the ceiling. Make sure all your fingers are touching. Squeeze the elbows. And release your arms. So we're going to come into Virasana. Go ahead and go into Virasana if you don't have a blanket. If you have a blanket, take the blanket in this long position. And then you're going to roll the blanket. If you don't have the blanket, just go ahead, go into Virasana, knees together, feet apart. If you have the blanket, roll it behind your knees. Bring it as high up towards the back of your knees as possible. And then you open your feet slightly and sit on the blanket. So if you have the blanket, you understand that this is like massaging the calf muscles. So you want to bring the weight back more. And then you can kind of go side to side to massage the calf muscles. If you're in Virasana, just sit in Virasana, slowly opening up and making the knees and thighs open up. Make sure that if you need the block underneath you or a blanket, then you sit on one. Okay, so now we're going to take the blanket and then bring it a little bit lower, getting the lower part of our calf muscles. And again, leaning back to feel the massage a little bit more. Then we bring it lower, just above the ankles. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll the blanket so that it's a little bit smaller roll, opening it up slightly. Then I go back all the way to the top and sit again. Ooh. Especially if you've been doing a lot of yoga or maybe doing jogging around or something, the calf muscles are quite tight. Okay. And then we bring it down again. One more time. So you can use the blanket as a hammock for your legs. And then we reach our arms up. Right arm under, Garudasana arms. Bringing your elbows up, draw your shoulders back and down. Good, release the arms, inhale, reach up. Other arm under. Reach your elbows up, draw the shoulders back and down. And release. So if you don't need the blanket, remove the blanket, sit all the way on the floor. We're going to do reverse prayer, so palms out and then bring it behind you. Walking the hands up as high as you can, but bringing the palms together. Sometimes I have to kind of wiggle, and then you bring the palms together by bringing the elbows back, and then you press the palms together. Relax the shoulders. Make sure the whole palms are touching each other. Okay, slowly release the arms. Extend the legs forward. Squeeze your knees straight. Get a good squeeze. Fingers facing forward, Dandasana. So really actively squeezing the thighs and squeezing the knees straight. Making your spine nice and tall. Good. And come forward. If you have blocks, grab the blocks. And then we're going to bring our right leg forward into a low lunge. Okay. Point the back toe and then lift your knee off the floor. Turn and roll the thigh muscles in. Then place your knee to the floor. Bend your right knee deeply. So if you have the blocks, you place the blocks next to you and you push down to keep your spine straight. If you don't have the blocks, you can take your hands behind your hips, pushing your hips forward. Okay, really working on opening up the groin, bending that right knee, touching the back of your right buttock to your right heel. Good, switch sides, left knee in front. Again, you're going to point your back toe, lift your knee off the floor, turn and roll your thigh muscles inwards, and then place your knee to the floor. Bend your left knee deeply. If you have no blocks, your hands to the hips, pushing your hips forward, and really working on opening that groin. Very good. Slowly come up. First side again. Point your back toe, lift your knee off the floor, roll the thigh muscles, then drop the knee. This time we're looking for the chest lifting up and then slowly finding that back bend. So again, no blocks, you can place your hands to your hips. This time lifting your chest. Look up, maybe walk the blocks. If you don't need the blocks, you can also place your fingertips to the floor. Keep bending that right knee. Good, inhale, come up, switch legs, left leg in front. Point your back toe, lift your right knee off the floor, roll your thigh muscles in, and then drop the knee. Bend your left knee deeply, start to walk the blocks back. If you have the blocks, lifting your chest or pushing your hips forward. Keep the elbows going back, lift the chest up to the ceiling, walk the blocks back more or touch the floor. Keep bending your left knee. Lengthen your neck. So don't just collapse your neck back. Keep the length in your neck. Most likely you'll only be looking up diagonal or up towards the ceiling. Good, inhale, come back up. bring your right leg forward, and we're gonna come into gecko pose. So you're gonna bring your right foot out towards the right side of the mat, bring your forearms to the floor. Again, point your back toe, lift your knee off the floor. This time we're gonna keep that knee off the floor. It's a lot more work. Squeeze your left knee straight. Squeeze the left knee straight, but then bend your right knee. So you're keeping the left knee off the floor. Good. Switch sides. Left leg forward. Point your back toe, bring your left foot towards the left side. Come to your forearms, or if you need to go on blocks, you can go on blocks as well. Now lift your right knee off the floor, point your toe, hug everything in. So you really want to hug everything into the midline in order to lift that right knee off the floor. You're pressing the tops of your toes to the floor. This action should make you sweat a little bit. Feel the heat. Good. Slowly release your knee. Come back up. Right leg in front for pigeon. Okay, so making sure that right knee is wider than your right shoulder. If you're more open in the hips, bring the right foot up higher so it's parallel to your right knee. Then again, point the back toe. We come up a little bit and roll the inner thigh in. Then place the knee down. When you look back, you should see that your leg forms a straight line with the knee pointing down. When you're ready, you can fold forward for sleeping pigeon. The whole time you're in pigeon, I want you to draw that left hip forward. So you're squaring the hips. Don't relax and drop your right hip down to the floor, opening the left hip. You want to draw the left hip forward. Slowly come up. Bring that foot in so it's closer to your pelvis. You're going to bend the back knee, reach back, grab inside of your foot, and then draw your foot towards you. Open the elbow up, turn your fingers forward, Ekapada Bekasana. Some of you might be stuck here, that's fine. Draw your foot towards you, and then think about bringing the left shoulder forward so you're evening out the shoulders. Good, slowly release. Let's switch sides. Left side pigeon. More open in the hips, bring your left foot up so that it's even with the left knee. Then point your back toe, lift your hips up, roll your right thigh inwards, and then place your right knee to the floor. Look back, make sure the foot is straight, no sickled feet. And then slowly fold forward. Remember to draw the right hip forward. Keeping the hips squared, you should feel more of a stretch when you draw the right hip forward. Good, inhale, slowly come up. Now bring the left foot in towards the pelvis. Bend your back knee, Ekapada Bekasana, reaching back inside of the right foot. Draw your foot towards you. Then lift your elbow up, bring your fingers facing forward, draw the right shoulder forward. So sometimes you need to kind of lift up. You don't want to be sitting like this. You want the right hip, again, to square forward. So sometimes you need to use your fingers to lift your hips off the floor slightly. Good, slowly release. Swing that right leg forward. Okay, coming into double pigeon. So if you tend to have tight hips or your rounded spine, you can sit on a blanket or a block to make your spine lengthen your spine. You can sit on a blanket. We're going to go double pigeon. So left leg underneath, then you bring the right leg on top. When you bring the right leg on top, the right foot is at the knee, and then the left foot is right underneath the knee, so that if the knee touched, they would be on top of each other, okay? I know some of you might be like this. That's okay. Take your right hand and gently place your right hand on your knee to allow gravity to slowly release. So you need to think about releasing the thighs, allowing your hips to open, okay? If you're all the way down, then you can go ahead and reach forward. Lengthen your spine first, and then as you start to open up in the hips, then you can reach further forward. Good, slowly come up. We're going to do a small twist. So you're going to take your left hand outside of your right knee, place your right fingertips to the floor. Nice small twist, opening up the chest. And then back to center, other side. Good, back to center, release the legs. Okay, this time you have the right knee under, and then placing the left foot on top of the right knee, like this. Making sure the right foot is underneath the left knee, okay? Those of you tighter, place your hand on your knee and gently allow it to open up. If you're all the way down, you can reach forward. Lengthen your spine first, then walk forward. Notice how your hips become lighter. We want to keep the hips back. So keeping the hips heavy to the floor or the blanket or block, whatever you're on, as you bring your chest forward. And we slowly come up, twist over to the right side. Right fingertips behind you, lengthen, and small twist. Opening up that right shoulder. Back to center, twist the other side. Remember to lengthen first, and then you start to twist. Very good, slowly release. Okay. This time you're gonna bring your left knee forward, your left foot forward. You can use the blocks if you like. Coming into that deep lunge. Then bend your back knee, reach behind, grab your foot. Ekapada Bekasana with a lunge. If you feel your knees are sensitive, you can grab a blanket underneath your knees. If you need it. Again, drawing that right shoulder forward, square the hips, bring the foot closer to your hips. Bend your left knee. And slowly release. So if you need the blanket, you just put the blanket where your knees are. And then you step your right leg forward. Ekapada Bekasana with a lunge. Bend your back knee. Bring your hand behind you. Draw your foot towards you. Elbow goes up and then your fingers point forward. Now draw the left shoulder forward. Bend the right knee deeply. blankets or whatever you have. Sit down. Okay, we're gonna come into half Padmasana, half lotus pose. So you grab underneath your right foot, then you draw your foot up as high as you can, bringing it hopefully above your left thigh. So as high as you can. Then I usually will kind of cradle it back and forth, but you need to grab underneath. Don't grab on top. Grabbing underneath. Then you bring the knee closer to you, dropping that foot on top. Okay, so this is Ardha Padmasana. You bring the left foot in underneath the right knee, like that. Okay. From there, we're gonna fold forward. If you're looking like this, then we do the same as the double pigeon, where you place your right knee, your hand onto your right knee, gently pressing the knee down. You don't need to fold forward. If you have the pose, then you reach forward. Good. Slowly come back up. Release the legs. Shake it out. Okay, bending your left foot. Grab underneath your foot, both hands underneath. Then you draw it close to you. I like to rock a little bit before I bring it up as high as possible, bringing that left knee in. Okay, then you fold this right leg and then bring the foot underneath the knee. If you need to place your hands on the knee, gently press there and stay there. If you can go all the way down, then you reach forward. Good, slowly come up, release. Padmasana again, right leg, grab underneath. So you should be a little bit more open now. We want to bring the knees closer together. If you need to grab a strap in order to do the bind, your right arm goes behind and you grab the right foot. Sometimes you need to kind of swing the arm and you take your left hand and you pull your arm to grab the foot, okay? If you need the strap, then you put it around the foot and then you just grab both ends of the strap, okay? From there, reach up, inhale, exhale, fold over. So you're grabbing the left foot. Now if it's difficult for you to grab the left foot, you can grab onto the shin or you can have another strap around the foot. So it looks like this. So if I had two straps, then one strap would be where my right hand is behind my back, and then the other strap is here, okay? So folding over, lengthen your spine, and fold. Good, inhale, come up, release the legs, left leg, Padmasana, grabbing underneath, bring the foot nice and high, knees closer together, reach your left arm back, grab your foot, inhale, reach your arms up, and grab your right foot. Lengthen first. So we lengthen, finding the concave back first, and you'll notice when you squeeze your right knee, you'll feel more of the stretch behind the calf muscles and the hamstrings. Then you fold forward. Good, inhale, come back up, release the legs. Okay, Padmasana, full Padmasana. Those of you who can do full Padmasana, right foot, and then you bring the left leg on top. If you cannot, then you stay with Ardha Padmasana with the foot underneath. And everyone, you're gonna lie back, bringing the knees up first. Then you slowly start to bring the legs down, okay? If you're in Padmasana, you can grab the tops of your feet and slowly bring the legs down for Supta Padmasana. If you're all the way down, reach your arms up and hook your thumbs. Arms straight. Start to relax your belly, bringing the lower back closer to the floor. release your legs, squeeze your knees straight first. Then we go left leg first, Padmasana. And then if you can do full, then you bring the right foot up. Okay? Bring your knees up, slowly go back, catch the tops of your feet, slowly bring the knees down towards the floor. Now don't be aggressive in this pose. If you feel like you can't take it, then you stop where you can feel it, okay? So no need to be too aggressive, don't force it. Hook your thumbs, soften your belly, bringing your lower back towards the floor. Your legs, roll up, and we're going to come into Garudasana. So you're going to bring your left thigh over your right thigh and sit between your feet. Knees are on top of each other. So if you haven't guessed already, we're doing a lot of hip opening today, keeping the knees on top of each other. Now this can be quite difficult for some of you guys. So go slow, reach your arms up. Right hand goes behind, and we go for the full Gomukhasana with the arms clasped. Again, take a small towel or strap if you cannot do the clasp. Keeping this left elbow away from you. If you're already feeling it and it's, this is your limit, you stay here. If you can fold forward, then you fold forward. Making sure to lengthen your spine first before you fold over. Keeping the left elbow away from your head. Good, inhale, come up. Release the arms. Come forward. Right thigh goes behind the left thigh. And then you sit again in Gomukhasana. So sometimes I have to kind of reposition, making sure that the knees are on top of each other. My whole seat is on the floor, so don't let the left hip come up. Reach your arms up. Left arm this time, Gomukhasana arms. Clasping the fingers. Take your strap or towel if you need it. Stay here, or lengthen first and then fold forward. Good, inhale, come up. Release the arms, release the legs, shake it out. Then you're going to open your legs into Upavishta Konasana, bringing your feet to one end of the mat and then your hips to one end. So don't go too wide. Widen your seat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hook your thumbs. Squeeze your arms by your ears. Turn to your right leg. Now keeping this left thigh grounded to the floor, not letting the left hip come up. We're going to reach past the foot. Don't touch your foot. Arms by your ears, reach past your foot. Now in order to stay up, you need to squeeze the left thigh. Reach past your foot. Don't touch your foot. Mo tìm đâu thì gặp. Reach past your foot. And then come up. Hook the other thumb. Reach up, turn to your left. Squeeze that right thigh down and reach past your foot. Don't touch your foot. Reach past the foot. Keep your arms by your ears. Arms by your ears, arms straight. Reach past your foot. Past your foot. Right thigh down. Good, inhale, come up. And release. Okay, hook your big toes, or if you need to just grab your shins, grab your shins. And also, if your knees are completely bent or you're rounding your spine, you can sit on something, okay? Grabbing your toes or your shins, lengthen your spine, and then reach forward. So really working on squeezing those thighs. Don't touch the floor. It's harder, especially those of you who are flexible, to not touch the floor and use the thigh muscles to keep you up. So we're hovering over the floor. Don't touch the floor. Now, if you can, then you can go forward. Only if your belly button touches the floor first. Good, arms by your ears. We're gonna lift up. Don't touch the floor, lift up. Lift up, hover over the floor, and then come all the way up. Release, good, knees to your chest. Round your upper back. Come into Virasana again. Hero pose, knees together, roll your calf muscles away from you. Heels next to your hips. Now, if you need to sit on a block, sit on a block. If you don't need it, go all the way back. Some of you might stay here on your elbows, that's fine. Slowly go at your own pace. If you can lie all the way down, reach your arms over your head. Softening the belly. And then grab your elbows. So really working on getting that lower back closer to the floor and softening your belly. Relax your thighs, relax your hips. Squeeze your arms straight over your head and then grab the other elbow. Again, softening the belly, bringing the lower back closer to the floor. If you have no knee issues, your knees should be closer together. Knees together. Straight again. Bring your hands to your feet. Use your elbows to help you walk yourselves up. And then straighten your legs forward. Squeeze your knees straight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Dandasana, fingers forward. Lengthen your spine. Good, release. Okay, we're going to come into half frog, but with the half frog with one leg in Paschimottanasana. So we're going to swing the left leg back. When you swing the left leg back, look towards your leg, making sure that the left hip and the right knee are in left hip, left knee are in one line. And then your leg should be in a 90-degree angle. This leg is forward, so you form a 90-degree angle here. Does that make sense? Okay. From there, the tendency is to want to lean away from this bent leg. You want to lean yourself towards the bent leg, and then you should feel that weird stretch. Make sure that the knees and the hips are in one line. Knees and hips in one line. Okay, now, can you lift your left knee off the floor? Ooh. Lift that left knee off the floor. And then place it back to the floor. Release the leg. Shake it out. Right leg, half frog. Okay, making sure you're in line. So right knee, right hip, one line, forming a 90-degree angle. The shins are perpendicular to your thighs, okay? This leg is forward. Now start to lean towards the bent leg. You should feel that stretch. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing okay with these hip openers. Okay, we're going to lift that right knee up off the floor. Right knee off the floor. Using those muscles in the inner thighs to lift up. And release. Bring your goes straight out. So actually it's half Samukhanasana. One leg is in half frog, the other leg is in Samukhanasana, okay? So we come forward. If your knees are sensitive, you can roll your mat back and use a thicker mat, or you can even grab blankets on your knees or a cushion, whatever you have at home. Okay, I'm gonna take the blankets like this. Taking the blankets like this, and then bringing your knees on the blankets, keeping your hips and your knees in one line, then straightening the right leg. Straighten the right leg, and then come forward. Does that make sense? So your right leg is in the side split Samukhanasana, but your left leg is in frog position. So that means you need to check to make sure your hips aren't too forward, your hips aren't too back, because sometimes you guys sit back and it's too easy. If it's too easy, it's probably incorrect. So make sure you check your left leg. Your left leg is at a 90-degree angle. Your knees and your hips are all in one line. Come to the inner edges of your right foot. So you turn that right foot in. Good. Slowly come up. Woo. Then we try the other side. So that means the left leg will be straight and the right knee will be bent. When you're ready, go ahead. Making sure that the right knee is at a 90-degree angle. Knees and hips in one line. Inner edge of the left foot touching the floor. If you want, you can lie down too. If you're really flexible, you can lie down if you like. Otherwise, maybe you're up here. That's fine too. Okay, slowly come out. Release your legs. We have one more to go, which is the full frog. So we're not doing the full side split. You're lucky today. We're doing the full frog, okay? So your knees on the blankets. And then you keep your knees and your hips in one line to open up. Your knees should be in a 90-degree angle. So make sure your shins are parallel to each other. Okay, we're just holding this for 30 seconds. Relax. Allow your hips to open up. Make your way to the floor, lie down. Releasing your legs. Okay, bring your right knee to your chest, Ekapada Pavamutasana. So notice your hips more open now towards the end of class as compared to the beginning of class when we first did this pose. Okay, switch sides, left knee to your chest. Ekapada Pavamutasana. And then go ahead, bring both knees to your chest. Dvipada Pavamutasana. And you're going to roll yourselves up. Sit up. Grab a block. Setu Bandha supported. So with the block, you would place it in a tall, long position underneath your sacrum. Once you have that, you interlace the fingers, walk your shoulders deeper, puffing the chest up, and then straighten the legs, flexing the feet up. Now, if you don't have the block, you can still do it without the block. You would come up in a bridge pose, walking your shoulders deeply, then you place your hands behind your back, and then you slowly straighten the legs. Okay? So take your option. your feet back. 凹个肌筋. So you flex your feet, squeezing the thighs. The more engaged your thigh muscles are, the more open your spine will become. And you will be able to protect your lower back. So really work those thigh muscles. Don't just relax. Don't just be lazy. Squeeze those thighs, flexing your feet back actively. Feel the opening, puffing the chest. Look towards your heart. Good, bend your knees, place your feet to the floor, lift your hips up, slowly remove the block, lie all the way down. Straighten your legs. Come into a happy baby, opening your knees wide. Feel the length of your spine, so feeling the spine along the mat. Draw the tailbone down towards the floor. Relax your shoulders. Okay, you're going to grab inside of your right foot, extend the right leg. Maybe touch the floor with your right foot. And then back to happy baby. Grab inside of your left heel and then straighten your left leg. Maybe touch the floor. Back to happy baby, grab inside of both heels now and then straighten both legs. Maybe your feet will touch the floor, maybe not. Squeeze the legs straight. Get your tailbone to the floor, relax your shoulders. Good. Both knees to your chest. And then slowly roll up, sit up. Okay, Bharadvajrasana. If you have a blanket, grab your blanket and place it next to your hip, or you can grab a block, okay? Sitting the right hip onto the block or the blanket, left foot over the right foot. So the foot are just the feet, not the ankles, are crossed over each other. Left foot on top of the right foot. Then you're gonna take your left arm outside of your right thigh, right fingertips to the floor, and go for a simple twist. Or if you want to go for the full pose, reach your right arm, grab on top of above your left elbow, swing this left arm forward, grab your right thigh, start to straighten your left arm as you open up your right shoulder. Turn, roll the belly, then look over past your left shoulder. Slowly release. One of my favorite poses because I feel it really opens the shoulders. So other side, left hip onto the blanket, right foot over the left foot. Simple version, right hand outside of the left thigh, and then you bring your left fingertips behind you to twist. Otherwise, you grab above your right elbow and swing the right arm forward, grabbing the left thigh. Open up your left shoulder, open up the left shoulder, and then last thing, look over the right shoulder. Now in order to get more in the twist, you squeeze that right arm. You begin to make the right arm straighter. Good, back to center, release. Legs forward, Dandasana. If you need to sit on a blanket or a block, sit on a blanket or block. We're gonna fold the left leg back for Janu Shirshasana. Widen your seat, inhale, reach your arms up. Catch your foot or maybe grab a strap or a towel around your foot. Lengthen your spine. When you're ready, you can fold over. If you want, you can take your right hand and grab your left wrist. your Shirshasana. Widen your seat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Reach for your foot or your shin, or you can take the towel or strap. Lengthen your spine first before you fold over. When you're ready, you can fold over. You can even grab your right wrist with your left hand, making sure that you ground the right thigh to the floor. Squeeze your knees. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release the legs forward. Okay, option to grab your toes or use a strap or a towel around your feet, or you can use traction, bringing the blocks in front of your feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold over. Pajimottanasana. Squeeze your knees straight. You can stay in a concave spine if you like, or fold over. Up to you. I'm going to stay in the concave form. Pull your feet back and squeeze the knees straight. Squeeze your knees straight. Ground your legs. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release the arms. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Then slowly roll yourself down. Open up your palms facing the ceiling. Walk your shoulders slightly. And then we come into Shavasana. Closing your eyes, releasing your body completely. Really take this time to do your Shavasanas. I'm going to close this practice. The best is for you to stay at least 2 minutes. I usually like to go for 10. So set your clocks, go for a Shavasana, get a nice release. I will be doing a meditation tomorrow at 10 a.m. along with many peer teachers. So please come join at 10 a.m. meditation. There'll be about a 30-minute meditation class. So come join me. I'll be here. And yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. I will post this class up on my YouTube account, my YouTube channel at Marsha Yuan, but it will be visible for 24 hours on Instagram. So thank you so much for joining me, and hope you enjoyed the class. Please let me know how you did. Okay, bye.